every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum, you are tuning in to Her Chronicles on Salam Radio 106.2 FM, a radio show where I take a deep dive into womanhood, various aspects of a young woman's life, including her physical, emotional and social experiences. I'm your host, Maleeha Iqbal, and for the next hour, I'm going to be sharing the academic challenges I've been facing during my second year of university, how I've tackled some of them, but the main thing being how I am not going to let it deter me from feeling that imposter syndrome I know many of us face in the educational institution. I'm going to start off by saying why it's okay to feel confused. Maybe sometimes you feel a bit behind on your coursework, whether you don't understand it, or maybe you're just not settling into your school environment as well as you'd like to be. The reason you are in education is to learn. So with learning comes confusion and a lot of time to process all that new information you are absorbing. So it's completely fine to not feel like you've grasped a topic or skill you are studying. A quote that's really helped me this week is, you can teach a student a lesson for a day, but if you can teach him to learn creating curiosity, he will continue that learning process as long as he lives. This really spoke to me because I feel that with my second year of university, there's already that added pressure that every module I do, every assignment I complete, that grade is going towards my final grade, which is what I'm going to graduate with. So I do feel the pressure and panic to excel well and to try my hardest with my assignments and to cover all bases of each of my modules. And with that, I feel a lot of panic and a lot of, okay, well, I'm absorbing all this information, but I feel the next day I'm going to forget everything. Or, okay, I am really passionate about my module, but how can I apply this to my assignments without feeling like I'm forgetting something or feeling like I just have a lack of information and I'm completely out of my depth with it? One of my modules I've been studying for my second year has been photography. And photography is actually one of my hobbies. It's a passion project, I'll say, but I really did enjoy it. I studied it in college and I found that that's where my creativity stems from, through capturing moments in life such as friends catching up, capturing objects, food. So I had a real love for just photography, but I didn't really know much about the technical side. I didn't really know how to use a camera other than to actually just click the shutter speed button, which I just learned what shutter speed is this week. So I just know I'm already improving just day by day, alhamdulillah. But every time I'm in the lesson and the lecturer is just explaining the basic principles of a camera, what the shot types you can do are, how we can apply photography to film and TV. And it's really interesting, but I completely feel like I have no idea what is going on sometimes because I've never really tapped into the world of film. I have never really been interested in the media side of journalism, which I know is kind of contradicts journalism in a way, because I know the two things go hand in hand. To be a journalist, you need to cover every aspect of media and be skilled in everything on the technical side. But yeah, so with that, I have kind of faced the two feelings of panic and pressure. Those two feelings that are bounded to academia, the pressure we feel, it comes from wanting to achieve great successes in education, like your grades. You want to kind of deem them as perfect, or you want to grasp every opportunity. But sometimes I feel that we glorify these aspects of education. None of these are bad things to want to have and achieve, but there's also that added pressure that comes along with it, that if we don't achieve this, or if we don't make the most of this opportunity, then we've wasted all our time. If I've not achieved this grade, then what was it all about? How am I going to get my dream job role? How am I going to pursue into further education? And that's where the disappointment and the I'm a failure, I guess, comes in, when that's simply not true. First of all, your hard work has not gone down the drain. Neither have your memories that you've made, neither have your connections you've made, neither have the knowledge or skills you've gained, because no one can take that away from you. Your education is something so personal to you that we absorb information from what has been spoken to us, what has really touched us. And so no one can take that away from you. So you haven't failed in the slightest. You haven't wasted your time, because you're there for a reason. And that is to learn. And sometimes the biggest lessons we learn are through our failures or through disappointment. But I think just being grateful in itself that actually you have access to education, because that today is a privilege. Not everyone has access to education. So alhamdulillah, you should be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. But realizing the bigger picture will help alleviate some of that pain. As Muslims, we know that this life, this dunya, is temporary and nothing really exists. So by attaching yourself to your grades that you receive or education itself, it can be harmful. It can destroy you mentally. So you have to remember that you can't attach onto anything, because nothing in this world really exists. This isn't the bigger picture. This is not the end goal of your life. Okay, yes, we have realistic goals that we set up throughout our life to be successful, to become better people, but we cannot attach to those goals where we feel that we're not going to be happy until we achieve this goal, or that's the end of ever feeling that successful feeling ever. No, that's just simply not true. You always have to reframe and remember the end result is pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The end result is the afterlife, not this life. So you have to remember the key things, which is staying on top of your deen, and also loving yourself. And as part of loving yourself, you cannot constantly tell yourself that you're a failure if you don't receive these grades, or if you feel you're just not excelling well at school as a whole. Whether it's maybe you turn up late to your lectures, whether you're handing in your assignments late, whether you just feel that you're not very put together when it comes to wanting to be your best self for school. That all comes from self-awareness and having faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you want to do well, then do well. You are the only person who can really push yourself and become the version you wish to be, the version you dream of. Start to become it. Start to genuinely believe it. That is the only way you are going to be able to move forward, is if you believe in yourself. Believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? That's a lesson I struggle with too at times, with believing in myself, and also just having trust with myself that I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm putting my best foot forward in every situation. And that's how I'm going to tackle these academic challenges that come at me. Of course, it's okay to have realistic goals and be strict on yourself when it comes to studying. But with that comes discipline. So if you are trying to achieve certain grades, or if you're trying to get more familiar with a module like I am for photography, you need to be proactive in that. So I have started to use the cameras that the university give us in my spare time just to get familiar with the tools and how to use a camera, really. So I've been looking on YouTube for guidance. I've also been speaking to my other classmates who have studied photography longer than I have and have created some amazing collages of art and different sides to Peterborough that they've captured throughout their own photography journey. So guidance, advice from classmates and online, but also being practical in the sense of actually being behind a camera, trying to see actually how can I make a photograph more unique. Let's say if I wanted to take a picture of the sky, how can I do it in a unique way? How can I use maybe Adobe Bridge, which has Photoshop on it, and other technical editing softwares. What can I do to possibly edit a picture to make it more unique? How can I use the different formats on the camera to achieve brightness and really capture the sky in a beautiful way? So kind of thinking outside of the box, but being proactive. You know you're struggling in a subject. Okay, what am I going to do to help myself? What am I going to do to grasp the subject more and make the learning experience more personal to me, that I'm actually going to absorb this information and it's going to speak to me? It's not a it's not a wall when trying to understand a subject. You want to kind of break that barrier and learn in the best way that's right for you. Another thing I want to discuss is imposter syndrome. In university, I know a lot of people do struggle with imposter syndrome. Let's say you've made it to university and are working hard to achieve your goals. Everything feels like you're on the right track. But for some reason, no matter how well you do on an assignment or how much you participated in lectures, you still feel that feeling that you don't belong. Imposter syndrome is something a lot of students deal with at some point during their time at university. So this feeling can be especially common in academic settings because it's easy to compare yourself to others, but not just there as a number of factors. There are like so many things that take place in feeling imposter syndrome. I myself have experienced it during my first year at the beginning of the semester. This was quite a big thing for me because I've never felt it before. And I don't know if it's because I went in with an open mindset. If you don't know, I'm staying local for university, so in my hometown at University Centre Peterborough. But the biggest thing I noticed from just being there on the first day is that I was the only person of colour in my class, I believe in my whole course actually. That itself was a huge thing for me because I immediately felt like, oh wow, I don't see anyone who looks like me. I don't know if I'm going to belong. I don't know if I'm going to have a sense that this is the right thing for me, because I've never experienced this before. Especially because I think Peterborough is quite multi-diverse, and I did have people of colour in my college course when studying journalism, so I just thought it would still be the same. And don't get me wrong, there was nothing wrong with that, but for me, as a person of colour, I would have appreciated having others who maybe I could relate to more, or just having more women in my course, if I'm being honest. But that being said, that kind of led me to feeling imposter syndrome and feeling like, okay, is this going to work for me? And I kind of created this mindset, well, okay, if I don't connect with these people, am I going to be able to enjoy my course? Am I going to constantly feel like I'm the odd person out? These are just the feelings that come with being a person of colour that we've been trained to throughout our life to kind of be a part of a bigger group, find our own community, find our own niches. And so to not have that at university, or not even have perhaps societies that I could join. At the time, we didn't have societies. Well, we did, but they were kind of small ones that weren't really talked about, or you could kind of create your own. And as I was just starting out in university, I think the last thing I wanted to do was create a society where I knew no one that wanted to participate. And I did not want to put myself out there, because I did feel slightly uncomfortable. With that being said, when I did start communicating with people in my class, I kind of got a bigger picture of what the lifestyle would be like here, what my course entailed. I knew that this was the right thing for me. So perhaps a moment of panic and a moment of, is this the right thing for me? But actually communicating my feelings with others, my family members and also my friends, I found that it's okay to feel that way, because I've never known anything different. And the people who I did speak to in my class were lovely individuals who made me feel welcome, and I made them feel welcome, as we're all new here. And I believe the best thing you can do if you're feeling that not belonging feeling is to first address it with yourself, address it with perhaps your peers if you really want to put yourself out there, or with someone you trust, and explain why you feel this way. Sort of break it down. Actually, okay, where is this stemming from? Have I felt like this before, and how have I dealt with it then? But understanding that I do believe a lot of people do feel that way at the beginning, especially if you feel like the people in your class, or if you just feel that they are not really compatible with your personality, they don't align with your morals, perhaps. That's completely understandable, because you might feel like, okay, we're just not going to work. Your water, their oil doesn't work, doesn't mix. But also don't then just like disregard making friends at all. There is bound to be someone who you can have conversations with and actually enjoy them, or someone else who feels imposter syndrome and is struggling just as much as you are. So I definitely would have appreciated if there were more people of colour in my class, but that doesn't take away from my experience. My experience comes from enjoying my course. It comes from, okay, I am where I need to be in my life, and I'm grateful to be here. I've made some great friends so far, but inshallah, I hope there are more people of colour that just joined the university as a whole, because it would be a great thing for the institution to have more diverse people, to have more societies possibly, to embrace more cultures perhaps. That's why I'm hopeful with the university. But that being said, I'm glad to be one of the few people of color in my university, and hopefully representing a wider community. But we are going to be taking a nasheed break. Join me after the break.
Allah the Almighty, Allahu Allah, protect me and guide me, Allahu Allah, oh, to your love and mercy, Allahu Allah, Ya Allah, don't deprive me, Allahu Allah, from beholding your beauty, Allahu Allah, oh my Lord, accept this plea, Allahu Allah. वो तन्हा कौन है अल्लाहु अल्लाह बादशाह वो कौन है अल्लाहु अल्लाह मेहरबा वो कौन है अल्लाहु अल्लाह क्या ऊंची शान है अल्लाहु अल्लाह उसकी सब निशान है अल्लाहु अल्लाह सब दिलों की जान है अल्लाहु अल्लाह Affeder günahı Allahu Allah, alemin padişahı Allahu Allah, yüreklerin penahı Allahu Allah. İşit Allah derdimi bu ahlarını, rahmeyle bağışla günahlarını, hayır eyle hem akşam hem sabahlarımı. Hasbi Rabbi Cellallah, Allahu Allah, ma fi kalbi gayrullah, Allahu Allah. Ya Rabbel Alemin, Allahu Allah, salli ala Taha'l Amin, Allahu Allah, fi kulli waqtin wa hin, Allahu Allah, imla qalbi bil yaqin, Allahu Allah, thabbitni ala hadha ad-din, Allahu Allah, waghfir li wal muslimin, Allahu Allah. My ummah, he will say, Rasulullah on that day. Even though we've strayed from him and his way. My brothers, my sisters in Islam, let's struggle, work and pray, if we are to bring back the glory of his way. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbal Alameen, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rabbi, let the Ummah rise again. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbal Alameen, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rabbi, let the Ummah rise again. Let her.
You're listening to Peterborough's community radio, Salam Radio. Salam Radio. 106.2 FM.
For the top pizza in Peterborough, visit Top's Pizza, established in 1988 for delicious pizzas with freshly made dough daily. View the extensive and mouth-watering menu online at topspizza.co.uk, then choose from traditional tasty toppings, something different, or create your own with fresh 100% halal meats, salads, veg, and a great choice of sides too. Call into Top's Pizza, 52 Broadway, PE1 1SB. Call 01733 913 775 or order online for delivery or collection.
Are you a savvy shopper searching for the best food deals? Look no further. Adams Cash and Carry can help you save big. We're not just a food wholesaler for takeaways and restaurants. We also welcome household customers at our warehouse in Westwood, Peterborough. Visit our website and enjoy wholesale prices on everything from drinks to flour, rice to burgers, and much more. To shop, go online and collect in store. Visit adamscashandcarry.co.uk today to start your savings spree.
Craving authentic Desi flavors? Look no further than Desi Restaurant. From midday until 1 in the morning, enjoy our homemade specialties that will transport your taste buds. Indulge in tantalizing papri chaat and savor the rich Chersi Kadahi. Treat your friends to our fresh 1 kilogram Chersi lamb handi. Plus, get 2 12-inch pizzas for $11.95. Located at 298 Lincoln Road, we deliver from lunchtime until 1 a.m. Call 01733 555 795 now to order and experience Desi Restaurant's flavors.
Whether you visit the Berry Furniture Showroom at 78B Fengate in Peterborough or view and buy online, you'll be amazed at the quality and style you could enjoy in your home. With beds from just £299 and complete 3-2-1 sofa sets from less than £1,000, you'll also be amazed at their wholesale prices too. Plus, there's a 1-year free warranty on sofas and beds, subject to conditions. Find out more, click on Berry, that's BERRE furniture.co.uk or call 01733 300 517.
Satisfy your cravings at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant. Enjoy a tantalizing variety of Chinese, Italian, Pakistani and comfort food favourites from starters to desserts. Kids under 5 dine for free, so bring the whole family to our location at 63 Sycamore Avenue. Open every day from 5 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. Call us on 01733 313131 or book online to reserve your table. Ibrahimi-restaurant.co.uk. Every bite is a delight at Ibrahimi Buffet Restaurant.
Masterminds Tuition Academy is for your high schoolers, your something to provers, your subject strugglers and keen learners, your brave jumpers and fist pumpers. Affordable personalised learning plans are delivered through our centres in schools across Peterborough. But not to worry, we also provide online and home visits with flexible timings. Whether it is maths, English, science or 11+, Masterminds is a must. Find us on all socials and visit our website mastermindstuitionacademy.com or call us on 07516 166 003. Masterminds, master the matrix.
At Masters Pharmacy, we put your health and convenience first. We offer free blood pressure checks and blister-packed medication. With our free same-day prescription delivery service, you can have your medication when you need it. We also offer travel vaccinations, including Hajj and Umrah, along with other services to meet all your pharmacy needs. For more information, contact Masters Pharmacy on 01733 567 208 or visit us at 303 Lincoln Road, PE1 2PH.
Peterborough's community radio station, Salam Radio, 106.2 FM.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Her Chronicles. I'm your host Maleeha Iqbal, and for the last half an hour I've been discussing imposter syndrome, what it exactly is, and how we can overcome this and feel like we do belong and we are here for a reason. And also why it's okay to feel confused when it comes to learning new information, and the best way to teach yourself lessons that will stay with you forever. One thing that I've learned since turning 21 is the battle between discipline versus your own time. A key to success in life, I truly believe, is having discipline with yourself to achieve your dreams, your career, who you want to be as a person, and your future. And we don't have control over our future, but what we do have control over is the present, right now. Perhaps this is one of the many secrets I've cracked, but in order to be happy, you have to know how to help yourself and how to enjoy your own time. And what I mean by this is you'll hear TED Talks of really successful people about how they made it, how they became billionaires, how they became a happy person, and that was through them reflecting on the person they once were and them being proactive on how to become the person they dreamt about, the person they wanted to envision. And in order to do so, they had to become self-aware, but they had to have discipline. Discipline comes in various forms of being strict on yourself, having a routine, knowing your limits, not letting people cross your boundaries, and valuing your time. I think that's genuinely how to become disciplined. Discipline is then going to help you achieve your goals. It's going to help you in the future, but it's going to make you more present in the things you want to change in your life, what you want to change about your own character, and how to do so. So I try to be disciplined in my routine, in my mornings. I found that in the mornings I am probably my most productive self. So I write my checklist out on the day. I don't do it the day before because I always find that my brain is working a lot more, and there's just so many more things I want to add on to it. So I'd like to do it first thing in the morning. So by me being self-aware, okay, I'm going to get all these things done in the morning because I know that's when I'm my most productive self, and that tends to be my university assignments. It tends to be when my brain absorbs the most information that day. So I might read up on a few articles I'm interested in, might read up on some of my passion projects. So what I've really found through spending time with myself and also enjoying my free time is that the importance of enjoying your time is to actually enjoy your time, right? It's to maybe go out with your friends, spend time with your family. But when you do have that one-on-one time with yourself, I found that I just waste that time by watching TV. I love TV. I love it. So many of us really do enjoy it. It escapes us from the realities of life. It provides entertainment. And what's not to enjoy about it? But when I do watch TV, I find that afterwards I feel really sluggish. I feel like I've not made the most. I've just not helped myself in any ways by allowing all my free time to be wasted on TV. And I'm just kind of sick of that feeling of, okay, well, I just feel like I'm not becoming my best self if I'm constantly doing that. And don't get me wrong, TV is great to unwind to, and I'm definitely never cutting that out of my life. Sorry, it's just not possible. But I am reducing my screen time and my TV time. So what I've found is having passion projects. And I don't mean you have to actively work on different projects and find topics that interest you and work on them as like a side project. But that could also be seen as a passion project. But for me, in order to make it more realistic for myself and not make it feel like a chore or added homework, you could say, is I have found so through watching YouTube, I got more into the Ottoman Empire, and I have been watching a Turkish drama about Turkey in World War II. So I've really found a lot of interest within the Ottoman Empire, and that is something I'm using as my passion project. Outside of university, outside of my routine, just enjoying my own time. That's what I'm using to fill that time up with. And so with that, I just tend to read about it or watch YouTube video on it. And I know that's not really reducing my screen time, but if I'm using my brain in the correct way, I believe that it's beneficial. And yeah, so using your time wisely to enjoy other aspects, whether it's hobbies. I found that hobbies are a great way to unwind. And I think it's such a cool thing about a person is when they have hobbies. Like if you ask someone, oh, what did you get up to on the weekend? And they'll say, oh, I went to my karate lesson. And I'd be like, that's so cool that you actually take time out of your day to learn a new skill, a really beneficial skill that could help you out one day. But yeah, that you're also challenging your mind and your body to work together. So in order to become the best version of myself, the version I see in my head is someone who is very mindful, very skillful, and has a thirst for knowledge. So I'm going to use up my free time to actually implement this, to find new hobbies, to learn new skills, but in a fun way where I don't feel like, oh, here I am, not offing my brain, but relaxing my brain in a healthy way, in a stimulating way, rather than just using up all my screen time of the day. So discipline versus your own time, I believe, is one of the keys to being happy, to being a well-rounded person, is knowing that you have to just get through those tedious tasks, knowing that you can look forward to your free time because you're learning something that you're genuinely interested about, or you have a certain hobby that you're sharing with someone else, so you're looking forward to meeting up with them. Whether it's just reading sometimes, when you have a really good book and you just can't wait to get all in your cozy clothes, in your room, wherever you feel coziest, and just delve into a book. but just kind of the small moments in life that keep you going, and things you have to look forward to at the end of the day after you get through those tasks. In order to be disciplined, you have to understand why you're doing it. So sometimes I'll hear my friends say, oh, I wish I could just drop out of university, or there's just so many assignments. Oh, it's such a pain at times. And don't get me wrong, you'll hear those words coming out of my mouth too when I've had a rough day at university or whatever I'm doing outside. Perhaps I'm complaining about writing a script sometimes for the show. But I'm also like, well, okay, why are you doing it in the first place? Why are you putting yourself in this position if sometimes you feel overwhelmed or you just feel bored doing it? That's what it comes down to, is always the bigger picture. Well, the reason you're in university is to get your degree. It is to further your knowledge. It is to become disciplined. That's a huge skill you learn through education. It is so getting a degree can help you get your future career role, or it can open more doors for you if you don't know exactly where your career path is right now. So always remembering the end result. It will be extremely beneficial to get to becoming more disciplined, and enjoy spending time with yourself. I see all over social media that it's become a lot more normalized to spend time with yourself. I don't know why we had to normalize it, because it just seems like quite a strange thing, a human being spending time with themselves. Perhaps that's leads to the signs of mental illnesses back in the day, but that's just not the case anymore. We live in a 21st century where people do enjoy spending time with themselves, whether it's to unwind, whether it's to just spend one-on-one time with yourself, or you just feel you've had enough of human interactions for the day and you just need to process everything that's happened in a day. But that's one thing I want to crack, is I want to be able to spend more time with myself but not feel like I'm bored or I'm lonely or I constantly need company in different environments, or in order to have fun or have an enjoyable time is to have company. And I don't believe that's always the case. Sometimes you can have company in your life but still feel lonely. And I want to be able to allow myself, give myself that time with myself, to get to know my character, to become more self-aware of my thoughts and feelings, but to just normalize that in my own life, and to take that first step in becoming a bit more uncomfortable, because I'm becoming more of the version I want to be, which is to be more courageous, which is to be more confident within myself, and to just be more mindful of my own needs. And the importance of spending time with yourself we could get into for hours, because there are so many benefits towards this. But I always kind of second guess myself whenever I try and make plans to just maybe go on a walk by myself, or go on a cafe date with myself. I always kind of talk myself out of it, because I'm like, oh, well, what if you just end up feeling more confused, or what if you end up feeling more upset because you're just constantly overthinking, or there's a situation that you can't get out of your mind. So maybe it's best you are able to have company so they can distract you. So I'm always just second guessing myself with that one. But inshallah, myself and you, who also maybe be struggling with this, can get over that feeling and take the first step. Take the first step towards getting to know yourself, towards enjoying your own company. So join me after this nasheed break, inshallah.
Daylight again, once again. Let's become whole again, proud again. 'Cause I swear with firm belief in our hearts, we can bring back the glory of our past. My ummah, he will say, Rasulullah, but then, even though we've strayed from him and his way. Look at where we were, look at where we are, tell me, is this how he'd wanted to be? Oh no, let's bring back our glory. Ya Allah, Ya Rabb al-Alameen, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rabbi, let the Ummah rise again. Ya Allah, Ya Rabb al-Alameen, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rabbi, let the Ummah rise again. Let us see daylight again, once again.
How great the wonder of the heavens and the timeless beauty of the night. How great, then how great the Creator. And its stars like priceless jewels, far beyond the reach of kings. Bow down for the shepherd guiding him home. But how many eyes are closed to the wonder of this night, like pearls hidden deep beneath a dark stream of desires, but like dreams vanish with the call to prayer, and the dawn extinguishes night. Here too are signs, God is the light, God is the light. How great the beauty of the earth and the creatures who dwell on her. How great, then how great the Creator. As its mountains pierce the clouds, high above the lives of men, weeping rivers for thousands of years. But how many hearts are closed to the wonders of this sight, like birds in a cage.
I want it all, I want it now. know that it's better to wait. But sometimes I can't be selfish, and the only sound I hear is right now. And all my patience gets locked out. I know that it's wrong, and I wanna change. I need you here with me. Allah, Allah, Allah, save me from myself. Allah, Allah, Allah, Lord, I need your help. Allah, Allah, Allah, save me from myself. Allah, Allah, Allah. Big lights pull me in every time, and it's so hard to break a pattern, but I see clear. What's deep inside is the only thing that really matters. So tell me how to turn it around before my senses hit the ground, 'cause I know that it's wrong.
Assalamu alaikum, you are tuning into Her Chronicles. I'm your host, Maleeha Iqbal, and for the last, I want to say 40 minutes, we've been discussing imposter syndrome, how to overcome academic challenges, and why it's okay to feel panic or be confused around how to adapt to the university lifestyle, how to absorb all the information that's constantly thrown at us through our modules and just life lessons that come with being a university student. But it's okay to feel confused, and it's okay to feel like you've not grasped every single bit of information about your modules or assignments, because we still have time. Inshallah, if God blesses us with that time, we can use it wisely to gain knowledge, to find a balance of discipline and how to enjoy your own time. And also, if you feel that you don't belong in university, such as imposter syndrome, really understand, question why you feel that you don't belong. Question, okay, why do you think Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put you in this situation in the first place? And learn to appreciate yourself more. If you feel that the students around you are smarter than you or have achieved more things than you, and you feel that then that you've taken someone else's spot, or you feel you're comparing yourself to the other students, appreciate yourself. They are here for a reason, but you are also here for a reason. You both deserve that spot. And the reason you're here, the reason you've opened yourself to university, is to learn. It is to not be closed-minded, is to open your mind, is to question your being, your character. And academic challenges are going to be thrown at you left, right and center, and I'm sorry to tell you, it's not going to end until you leave education, but then you are constantly going to be faced with work challenges, because throughout life you evolve and you grow, and with that growth comes more knowledge. But in order to gain that knowledge, you have to learn vital lessons. You have to crack the keys to success and to happiness, and with that comes time and growth. But you just have to be open-minded and appreciate yourself more. But I really hope that you've gained some helpful advice that you might be using in order to tackle your academic challenge, or I hope you've gained a sense of belonging within your university. And Inshallah, enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you so much for tuning in to Her Chronicles. Assalamu alaikum.
And I wanna change, I need